Hello, I'm Beelzebub and welcome to my channel. If you were to listen to the religious right, you'd be under the impression that religious liberty in America is somehow in jeopardy. It's not, but the fact that gay people can get married, trans people are being treated more and more with legal respect, and children can't be forced to pray in public schools anymore, among other weak-ass excuses Christians come up with that their liberties are being infringed upon, are just cheap imitations of reasons for the claim. What they're actually doing is confusing losing religious liberty with not getting special treatment anymore. How anyone can say religious liberty is under threat is beyond me, especially when you consider the fact that according to a January 2017 Pew report, 90.7% of members of Congress are some kind of Christian, while only 0.2% of Congress claim to be religiously unaffiliated. So where's the threat to religious liberty supposed to be coming from? And another Pew report shows that 70.6% of American citizens identify as Christian. And while 22.8% of Americans are religiously unaffiliated, only 3.1% of those identify as atheist. So I'll ask this again. Where's the threat to religious liberty supposed to be coming from? Surely this grave threat doesn't come from non-Christian religious groups. If that were the case, their religious liberty would shrink as well. As we just learned, almost none of Congress is religiously unaffiliated. And if a group would want to limit or end religious liberty in America, you might presume that would be the group that would want to do it. Now, I personally don't know any atheist who wants to do that, but every atheist I follow on YouTube would likely march in protest if religious liberty were limited or ended outright, and I would join them. The fact is that the opposite is true. Trump has said that he wants to dismantle the Johnson Amendment. And for those not in the know, the Johnson Amendment is a provision in tax code that prevents 501c3 nonprofits from endorsing or opposing political candidates. By the way, the Johnson Amendment applies to more than just churches. It also commonly applies to charitable organizations and universities. But think of the amount of control religion can exert over people by comparison to charitable organizations and universities. Do you really want preachers to have the right to tell their congregation who to vote for or how to vote on local issues? That's too much power for an already incredibly powerful force in people's lives to have. That's too much power for any institution to have. But with religion, we're talking about an institution with a long history of abusing its power. Whether we're talking about priests sexually abusing children, micromanaging people's lives, limiting education for girls and women, and so on, religion has a long, storied past of infringing on people's rights. Then there's the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment, which is supposed to prevent any form of religious law. No religion should be able to have a legal impact on anyone, least of all someone who doesn't practice the religion in power. As an atheist, I obviously have no interest whatsoever in living under the moral or legal dictates of any religion. Now, for any religious person who's made it this far into the video, imagine that you're a follower of your particular religion. It shouldn't be very hard, you already do it. Now imagine that your religion isn't the majority in your area. Once again, shouldn't be very hard if that's already the case. You now have to follow the moral dictates of a belief that isn't yours. Not so bad if the religion is similar, but for a Christian living in a Muslim or Hindu majority area, life could potentially get pretty uncomfortable. That's what the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment was designed to prevent. One of the original reasons people started coming to America was to not have their religious beliefs and practices stepped on by another more powerful system of belief. Some of the religious people in this country seem to have forgotten that important fact. I don't ask for people to share videos often, but I'm going to ask here. Please share this video to remind people that religion has no place in government to any extent. But with that, we've reached the end of the video. This is actually a parallel release, so head over to the Godless Iowans channel to give the video on his channel a watch. You'll find the link to his channel down in the description box below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, linked below, to keep up with all my comings and goings. Take it easy, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one.